615 weather with meteorologist Alan Shoemaker.
Well, once again, there is a chance for a shower or storm around the valley today. Our rain chances are, not as high as yesterday. There could still be a few heavy downpours around, so that's something we're watching for this afternoon, but I think most areas will probably stay fairly dry. So shower and storm chances still hanging in there today at about 40%, but gradually decreasing over the next couple of days. I think you'll see a less and less rain show up each afternoon. We still have tropical depression, well, now tropical storm as of about 15 minutes ago in the Gulf of Mexico. So here's the first 1.5 Doppler Network, and you can kind of see showers just beginning to pop up. If you can draw a line there, I think some of this along maybe the sea breeze boundary, and you draw a line about right there. If you live west of that line, basically the very western edge of Willoughby County and then Hidalgo and Starr counties, that's probably your best place or highest chance to see rain. I think you get farther east now and your rain chances might be a little lower this afternoon, but really anywhere on there you might get caught in a brief heavy downpour. And we zoom in, you see about the only showers around right now, mostly concentrated just north of Weslaco and Mercedes, and they're not too heavy. Those are around Milo Doce are we'll call them like moderate showers, not strong or intense, but they give you a little quick downpour maybe for 15 minutes or so as they move through. If you look at the rain rate and the most intense shower, it's coming down at the rate of about an inch per hour. So if it sat over you at that intensity for an entire hour, you would get close to an inch of rain, but it's likely going to be moving on before then. So again, a few showers and storms today, highs mostly in the 80s. I think we're looking for those chances of rain to continue to decrease, and probably a lot of you will be dry for the weekend coming up. If you have weekend plans, overall those rain chances may go down to about 0, especially by Sunday. But today we're at about 40%, drops down to around 10% or less at night, and still up to around 30 to 40% during the daytime on Wednesday and Thursday. But I think also, even if we do get some scattered showers and storms, the intensity of the rain or the rainfall amounts will be lower for those days. This afternoon, Futuretrack, as I showed you, hasn't been showing too much rain. It might be a little more than this, but you see all the way through tonight, it shows hardly any rain in the valley. But again, I think there will be some in there, just maybe not as widespread as yesterday. But if you tune in yesterday, it was showing spots getting 2, 3, 4 inches of rain, and those totals happen in a few areas, but I think we'll see a less chance of that today. Now here we are on Futuretrack and showing you this is the European model, and our nearly stationary storm is over the southern Gulf of Mexico. Expected to kind of just hang around there and maybe start to drift north later in the week. You see by Thursday, again, the European model keeps it to the south and then gradually pulls it north. I think by Friday it starts to speed a little farther to the north. Notice, though, again, the rain off on the north and east side, which would be typical, when the storm starts to move across to the Gulf of Mexico, typically in that position, it's going to start to dry us out because the wind flow around the storm, imagine it spins kind of around like this. The wind flow where we are is generally coming more from the north and northwest, so that's probably going to dry the air out and take away pretty much all our rain chances. If not by Saturday, more likely by Sunday, hardly anything left. So you see by the time the storm gets on this model close to the northern Gulf Coast, by Sunday there's no rain left over us, which could be a good chance of that happening. So again, in the tropics, we do have newly formed tropical storm Cristobal. The Hurricane Center, as I mentioned earlier, puts the emphasis on the O. So say it how you want. It's the same storm. It goes more toward the north, barely by about Friday, and then finally takes off Saturday and Sunday. Again, the official forecast keeps us out of the path of basically the storm. If it does happen to end up more on this west side, maybe we get a little more rain, but there's a good chance, according to most of the models, it will stay far enough to our east that about the only effects you may see may be some higher surf at the island this weekend. But inland, highs in the 90s. The rain chances go down to about 0, especially by Sunday. If you are going toward the coast, highs generally in the 80s. It might be a little hotter on Sunday if we do get some of that drier air spinning in. But it's dry weather at the coast right now in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. Just watch, because there may be some bigger waves and a higher risk of rip currents at the coast if you are trying to swim in the waters this weekend. So we'll keep tracking that storm for you throughout the week in your first 1.5 forecast here on Channel 5 News at noon.